Hey, Kara Rice here from Brain Connects Therapy. Today I wanted to touch on a topic that's near and dear to my heart, is the toxins in our environment and nutrigenomics and how we can change the gene expression. So there's an amazing study that just came out from Washington State University. I posted it today and we'll post it on Instagram too. And it showed that they exposed these pregnant rats with glyphosate, which is the chemical that is in the weed killer Roundup that so many people use to kill off their weeds. Businesses, golf courses, everybody, it's all over. Like basically every baby has it in their body now. So they gave this a smaller amount to the pregnant rat and had no effects on the pregnancy, no effect on the mom, no effect on the baby. But what it had was a significant effect to the second and the third generations of rats, which is amazing because that's what we're starting to see with our kids. And that's why there's such a huge issue with the kids now, because 2 generations ago is when all these chemicals were first introduced and all this processed food was first introduced. What they saw, this dramatic increase in issues, increased diagnosis of prostate disease, kidney disease, infertility problems. Do you know anyone that has trouble having a baby? I know a lot of people. Obesity is related to toxins. That's why we're seeing such a high raise of all these diseases, neurological conditions, developmental delays, obesity, chronic conditions that used to just happen in adults now happening in our kids. So they call it generational toxicology. They're seeing its effects from fungicides, pesticides, BPA, jet fuel, the insect repellent DEET. We're talking things that are commonly used in our environment over and over and over. You have to actively seek out getting away from that stuff. And they said this is the 3rd study of its kind just recently that's showing these effects of the toxins. So other studies have shown there's an increased effect of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma up to 41% if you live near someone that's spraying lots of pesticides. Another one showed a 3rd more likely chance of having or dying of Parkinson's disease when you live somewhere near pesticides and herbicides. Those are huge numbers. I bet you know somebody that's having some type of chronic condition in your life, cancer, autism, it could be a kid's disease, it could be the adult's disease. They're all being affected. So what happens is when those toxins come into our body, and they call it this generation toxicology, is our genes can be expressed either positively or negatively. And those toxins can negatively affect our genes. And then it will pass on to generation after generation after generation. But the best part about it is that you actually can change the gene expression to be positive. So if you had bad genes from your parents, something happened with them, it does not mean a life sentence for you. It means you can change the course of generations to come with you by changing what you are eating, what you're putting into your body. The toxins in our body are over 75% from what we eat, not just the environment. The environment's the other part, and then some household products and whatnot. But what we eat is the biggest determinant of how our genes are expressed. And when we eat healthy fruits and vegetables that are full of antioxidants, that helps to express the genes in a positive way. And nowadays, because of the lack of the moisture, or not the lack of moisture, but the lack of nourishment in the soil, and because of all these pesticides, you need a ton more fruits and vegetables than we used to, because now an orange today is of less value nutritionally than it used to be 10, 20, 30 years ago. So now we're talking 9 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables every single day. Those will give you the biggest bang for your buck in regards to turning your genes to that positive expression, because they have antioxidants that kill off these free radicals and that help, turn those genes into a positive manner. And when you do that, you're going to affect the generation to come. You're going to affect your kids' generations, the next ones and the next ones. And if you have kids and you're done, having babies already, then you really need to instill in them today, when they are young, to eat all these fruits and vegetables, and to start eating healthy, and to recognize these toxins, and to recognize the fact that what they are eating as kids today is going to change their kids' future and their kids' future and everyone beyond that. So as an adult, as their parent, if you're done having babies and you're just like, well, it doesn't matter, you are the role model. So if you're not eating healthy, if you're not exercising, if you're not taking care of yourself, your child's not going to either. Okay, it would be very different for them to just kind of stray from what they've seen all their life. So I would really recommend getting all those fruits and vegetables, starting with your family, helping your kids understand the importance of creating healthy habits today so that we can combat and fight all this generational toxicology so that we don't have multitude of people dying from all these crazy diseases. So thank you so much for listening and stay tuned.